Hey guys, welcome to Juicy Tea, where I read out the best stories on Reddit, so you don't have to. The funny, shocking, and satisfyingly juicy. Today's video is Who's in the Wrong Wednesday, where you get to decide who's right and who's wrong. Am I the a-hole for telling my brother that his perfect woman speech was creepy? Posted by Honest Manor 1144. I'm 20 female and my older brother Adam is 38 male. He's one of those men who listen to incels online and say horrendous things about women. Our parents, both 63, adore him, their beloved son and favourite child. They enable him through everything and feed his ego 3 meals a day. My brother and I both had the option of our parents paying for college. I happily took it up while he didn't. He stuck to the family business and lived his life free of everything, and honestly, that's totally okay. He's 38 and unmarried, as I said, normal and very much okay, not the problem. He's never been a loner or left out. He's probably had around 50 girlfriends since high school to now. One night, as we were all having dinner with some of our family, my brother expressed that he wants to get married soon. I was so happy for him and immediately smiled. My father asked, to who? And he went on to say, well, she doesn't know yet, but I have my eye on this girl, Ella, next door. The blonde one, she's smoking hot and freaking gorgeous. The table was filled with a bit of confusion and some support. I reacted differently. I asked him, Ella from next door? Isn't she 19? He seemed confused and asked me what the big deal is. To which I replied, she's younger than me and you were already 18 when I was born. His response is what made my already insufferable brother look worse to me. He said, men get their life together, and when around my age and successful, we want new meat to have children with, who can carry our line on, real young women who are fertile. I told him that was weird and creepy, and a twisted way to talk about women. I got trashed on by my parents. He went on to ask Ella out, and obviously, she rejected him. According to my parents, he was persistent, and she told him, weren't you like 19 when I was born, weirdo? Now they suspect that somehow I'm the mastermind who brainwashed and told Ella to reject him because of what I said during dinner, since nobody would really reject their perfect boy. They are blowing up my phone, waiting for me at my job, asking for me at my college so I can fix what I did to make Ella say no and make her say yes. I've never talked to that girl, but I'm glad she didn't put up with his BS. There's nothing to fix. I've done nothing. My mum is asking me to publicly apologise to my brother at a little party they're having this weekend because, thanks to me, our family has labelled him a creep and it probably got to Ella. I don't want to do that. My mum is saying stuff like, when I'm gone you'll remember what you did to me. My dad says he regrets having a kid so much later than his first because I have no manners and I'm embarrassing. I'm telling them it's human decency to understand that Adam is creepy, and they're calling me a hater and demanding that I apologise or they'll cut contact. Am I the a-hole for embarrassing him? Honestly, I don't see how, but I need some insight from others because I'm going to show this post to my parents since they swear I'm chronically online. Relevant comment. Dear Lord, I hope he never babysat for her. Opie replied and said, no, he never babysat anyone. He can't even make his own food. Update. Okay, so as I said previously, I made that post to show my parents because they were saying that nobody genuinely agrees with me and my family was just led astray by me. My parents informed me that my brother has been harassing Ella on social media, making posts about her and threatening her boyfriend. Just found out she had one through my parents. I hadn't contacted them much over the last 3 to 4 days, so I wasn't really caught up with his drama. They also asked Ella if she'd talk to me, and she told them the truth, that we'd never spoken to each other. Ella threatened a restraining order because my brother can't handle rejection, so you can imagine how that works when they live next door. Her parents are apparently furious, and mine decided to talk to the priest at our local church and ask his opinion. Since he disagreed with their behaviour, and they're very religious, they've backed down a bit. However, the real reason my parents are mad at me, according to my dad, is the family pride. I honestly don't even want to know what that means. My mother told me that she still hates me for what I did. My father says that he wants no contact with me for shaming the family in front of others and refusing to apologise. But He said he will still pay for my last 2 years of college because he's done way more for my brother financially, and that's only fair in his eyes. Honestly, there's nothing more that I need. I didn't even bother showing them the last post because they'd made their minds up, and my mum never really liked me much, so I expected her to be completely against me. I was already thinking about backup plans regarding my college, but I'm glad it didn't get to that. As the priest disagreed with them, to save family pride and reputation, they've given my brother a few months to move to his own place, that they'll probably pay for, but still, this came as a shocker to me. My mum said if I wasn't jealous of my brother, it wouldn't have come to her baby boy leaving the nest. I reminded her that he's almost 40, and she started screaming, so my dad had to take her and leave. Lots of people said they don't understand why I reacted so fast in that way. Well, my entire childhood, my brother has been an adult, and up until I was a teenager, I've never been able to even talk to him because of how much older he was. He was always annoyed by my presence anywhere because I was a kid. Now put yourself into my shoes. It's just weird. I'm not sad about the no contact. I know it was very impulsive to explode in front of others, but I didn't want any of the younger people around the table to think that that's okay, because it isn't. It's objectifying and humiliating. I have a job, an apartment, and plenty of friends. I won't be lonely, and I won't be grieving the fact that my parents don't want me around. It's their choice. Thanks for everyone who was kind and gave me advice. I appreciate everything. Am I the a-hole for forcing my brother to buy me a new engagement ring? Posted by Throwaway New Ring. I'm 26 male, proposing to my girlfriend, 24 female, on our 4th anniversary, September 30th. I've been planning this for about a month, and I picked the ring a couple weeks ago. The one I got was on sale, so I managed to get it at a surprisingly low price. Last weekend, I told my brother, 33 male, about my plans and showed him the ring. He informed me that he was proposing to his girlfriend, 29 female as well. The next day, my brother came to my apartment while my girlfriend was out. He asked me if he could borrow my ring to propose to his girlfriend. I thought he was joking at first, but no. His plan was to propose to his girlfriend, explaining that he was using my ring as a placeholder and then take her to pick her own ring out later. His reasoning was that he didn't want to spend too much money right away, in case she didn't say yes. I've never heard of a placeholder ring, so I said no, and the conversation moved on. On Tuesday, he proposed to his girlfriend with my ring. He had taken it before leaving my apartment. I'd gotten distracted by work and didn't notice it was gone until his fiancée sent a picture of herself wearing the ring to our family group chat. Yeah, if she knew this was a placeholder, she wouldn't have posted a photo of it, especially if she knew who it was for. I'm calling BS that your brother's planning on giving it back, and honestly, why would you even want it back now? It's already been used for an engagement with someone else. How's that going to make your girlfriend feel? I called him to ask about the ring, and he immediately apologized and said he'd keep his promise and give it back to me. But at this point, my girlfriend has seen it, and his fiancé has posted about it on social media, so it was pointless for me to propose using the same ring. We fought about it, and he confessed that while he told his fiancée that it was a placeholder, he didn't tell her where he'd gotten it from. I felt more angry and betrayed by him going behind my back and taking the ring after I said no, than the fact that he actually stole it. I also know his fiancée enough to know that she wouldn't be happy to know that her engagement ring had been stolen from me. So I told my brother I'd tell her the truth if he didn't buy me a new engagement ring. He fought against it for a few hours, but finally gave up and agreed. We went to a jewelry store yesterday and I picked a new ring. I managed to stay within the price range, but this new one was still $100 more expensive. Well, that's because you got yours on sale. My brother bought the ring, but is still accusing me of being inconsiderate and childish. He is insistent that he would have given me back the ring if I'd given him the opportunity, and I didn't need to threaten him to spend so much money on me. Now he's refusing to talk to me. I don't know how to feel about this anymore. I'd usually talk to my brother about these things, and it's surreal that he's the one I'm fighting with. I can't tell my fiancé, and many of our friends overlap. The only other person who knows about this is our mother, who's divided. She thinks what my brother did was wrong, and I'm right to be pissed at him, but I didn't have to stoop as low as I did by threatening his relationship. Am I the a-hole? Down in the comments, Poke and Jin says, could he be jealous? It's all rather suspicious, isn't it? The moment you tell him you're going to propose, he's suddenly going to propose first without having it planned out, and then takes your ring? It's like he's purposely trying to steal your thunder. Then throwaway ads. Seriously, OP, be prepared for issues possibly going forward with the planning, date conflicts, event choices, etc. To be sure to keep your wedding info between you and your fiancé. ETA, your mum is wrong here too. You did need to stoop that low because your brother would have dragged this out forever. He needed the motivation. What were you supposed to do? Sit around waiting for him to do the right thing? Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. Not to mention, how would your fiancé feel knowing her ring was used by someone else as a placeholder? Yeah, you're not the a-hole. The thief is the a-hole. Plot twist, I know. Am I the a-hole for embarrassing my wife's co-workers? Posted by Dull Measurement 225. So I, 26 male, currently have no job. I'm a second-year law student. Some relevant background. About 3 years ago, my wife, 33 female, got a really good job opportunity, so we moved to a different country. Before moving for my wife's job, I was a doctor. After moving, I decided to take a gap year to reevaluate my goals and entered law school. Additionally, I don't really have to work. I'm the sole beneficiary of my grandparents' trust. Plus, while I was working, I saved and invested smartly, more than half my earnings until I got married. So yesterday, all my courses were cancelled. Our 8-year-old daughter was going to a sleepover after school to work on a project, and the nanny picks up the twins after kindergarten. I basically had the day free and went to relax, play video games, catch up on movies, etc. Unbeknownst to me, my wife wanted to organise some sort of team building for her co-workers at our home since they'd finished a huge project. I was fine with it, but as I wasn't going to see them much, I looked pretty unkept, and the house was mostly a mess since the cleaning lady doesn't come until Thursday. My wife doesn't talk much about her personal life, and being that this is a newer team, they didn't understand much about our finances. So at some point, I overheard one woman say something along the lines of, "What's it like having a deadbeat husband?" Look, I'm not one to get mad at random insults, but I also dislike getting disrespected in my own home. Yeah, that's fair. So, while going to grab something from the kitchen, I threw an offhanded comment directed towards my wife's co-workers. What's it like making less in a year than I do in a month? They were pretty red with embarrassment after my wife explained the situation. Why didn't your wife explain the situation directly after that lady's comment was thrown? Did she just leave that incorrect, insulting statement hanging? Not the a-hole. Seriously, if you're gonna throw shade at someone in their own house, don't expect them to not return the same energy. Remember, I post new content every day, so subscribe for more juicy tea.